ton of insights. Now, from what I know, a lot of these people are looking to remain in the business. The business is their baby. You get what I mean? They're looking to remain in the business.
Definitely.
And that's leverage we have against private equity, where private equity just chops heads. We don't. We want the fucker to remain. That is even better for us. We got somebody to manage it. And who better than the owner, right?
Yep.
Who better than the owner?
Exactly.
So that's what we want to keep. Now, our leverage is when we want to sell, you don't want to sell as, and that's why a lot of dudes fucking felt like a motherfucker at this. They keep negotiating on prices. They keep attacking the price, but they got shitty structures. They don't even look at the structures. So essentially, I've seen lots of dudes like, when you commented that, I saw a motherfucker saying, skip, not interested, not motivated. You know what I mean?
I know.
I saw
everybody's go-to.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you fucking suck at negotiating. You got no skills at all, especially that other moron. And then when I typed out the fucking script, you figured out, you got an idea how you would pitch it, right?
Yeah.
And you got a good report from that, because you got to understand. So we're selling as a consultant. You want to talk as a consultant, that you're in their best interest. Look, John, I understand you've been with this business for over 10, 20 years. I understand you put in a lot of work and sacrifice. I understand the business is your baby. And one thing that is essential for us is continuum of legacy. We don't want something like this to die where it's at. You know what I mean? We want to take it to a next level. That's essentially why we're here. And I'm here to provide the best structure for you, where you can get as much as you can from the business. We can offer you as much as you can, but at the end of the day, it makes sense on paper. As you know, we have investors, we have bankers, and there's certain structures we have to follow. But if you're open to new ideas and new creative ways, we could get something done that will be better than anybody else can offer you. You get them in the state of mind, right? So
right.
I call it a partnership. Because a partnership means mutual benefit. You know what I mean? So I look at the sale now as a partnership. Before, when I was calling fuckers, I'd be like, let me get my notebook. Give me a sec so I could get some data. So I figured this shit out yesterday, because I've been doing 100, 150 calls a day, dude. I've been speaking with at least 3 to 5 business owners a day. And you know what everybody's told me? Not interested, not interested, not interested. And I'm like, yeah, Pena talks about 2,000 cold calls to get a deal, right?
Yeah.
But I've ran through 20 business owners. I should have gotten a deal, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
Promise, we're not pitching them right. So if you look at Pena's criteria for a motivated seller, we're looking at people 65 years old plus. That's the minimum. Looking to retire and they got nobody to pass it on. With databases, I don't have fucking crazy ass databases where I could search the owner by age range. I could just get the name.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what I've noticed is, from the tone of voice, these dudes are in their 30s, 40s, maybe early 50s.
Yep.
They still got fight in them. They want to keep going. You know what I mean? The guy, the man, we're not lucky. We're not like bitches. We retire at 50 and sit on our ass and drink cocktails. We want to do as much as we can while we're still on earth, right? And who doesn't want fucking growth? Who doesn't want to take their business to the next level? That's essentially what you're offering them. With assistance of the board and the right people in the right places, we're able to turn this into the next big thing tomorrow. So that's where I call the partnership thing, where I was calling these dudes and saying, hey, John, I was calling in regards to see if you'd have an interest in selling or taking an offer on the business. And you know what they say? Not interested. But now I'm rewriting my scripts and my pitches. And my new script is, you got the call on Monday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll send you some scripts, some info later tonight. Today I'm gonna start putting shit on paper, because I just came up with this yesterday. Because I want you to get the deal and I want you to get it done right, dude. You don't want to half-ass it. Okay? So my pitch is, John, I call the fucker, hey, who's this? Hey, John, wanted to share with you that we're building a one-stop shop company in the healthcare industry, and I wanted to ask if you'd be opposed to idea of a partnership. Now it's different, you know what I mean? Or pitch two is
Yeah.
John wanted to share with you that we're building a one-stop shop company in the healthcare industry, and I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in being a part of it. And then they're like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
follow up with, I understand that a lot of business owners are involved in the day-to-day operations. Is that something you can relate to? Here it is. So I explained, well, John, we specialize in okay, here. Well, John, we specialize in buying and building healthcare companies. We understand that most owners are not looking to retire or exit at the moment. So we offer business owners the opportunity of being a part of something bigger, where they could remain in the company without being the one shouldering the responsibility, and be a part of growth and profits. Would that be of interest of you? But me, dude, I make scripts every fucking minute. I find new ways to word it. Once you start saying it over and over, you find new ways to word it, right?
Right. Right.
So
Definitely.
essentially what you're trying to pitch, so how you make a script is, I'll tell you how you make a script. You want to have an idea of the message you're trying to convey, and it doesn't have to be fucking perfect, but just a simple idea, and then you use that info to word it. That's how you make a script. You have a message you want to convey, you put it on paper, and then you find a way to word it. Okay, that's how you make scripts.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is, I want to tell these fuckers, hey, I know you've been involved in this business. We understand COVID is here. We got Biden. We got so much shit. Myself, I make money if I help you grow. Essentially, you know what I mean. A lot of business owners are
Yep.
stuck in the day-to-day operations, and I want you to take a leadership, a CEO position where you focus on money producing activities, which is reaching out to new businesses to see if who we can merge with, um, getting new contracts, building, expanding customer base. So they're not fucking on paperwork and dumb shit who we could get, somebody for $12 an hour to do. You get what I mean? Basically, work
Yeah.
on the business instead of in the business, essentially just conveying that, hey, yes, we're looking to buy, but it's more of a partnership agreement than I'm the boss, fuck you. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
message. So in regards to a partnership, what I put on paper drafted is, one reason most owners will say no to selling is because private equity has ways of doing business that they don't like. Example, not keeping the owner, replacing majority management, right? But one way we can
Mm-hmm.
pitch these guys to consider selling to us is by pitching a buy and build strategy, where we buy 60% of the business, they hold on to 40%, which they can liquidate when we exit or pay out over a series of years, and we help grow the company, take it to a next level by using the business as a platform, and have bolt-on acquisitions that are supplementary and complementary to a business itself. We can also offer a percentage of equity of the add-on acquisitions to the owner of the platform company. So in essence, they can be a part of the growth without being the one shouldering the responsibility, as we hold majority equity. That's essentially the
Mm-hmm.
message I'm trying to convey. Okay. So
Yeah.
now that we're in Biden time, I'd pitch something different. So remember, time or money, time or money. Those are two reasons somebody sells. Looks like
Yes.
he is selling more due to time. The business has become a time constraint where he doesn't want to work 100 hours a week, but 40 hours a week. Meaning he doesn't want to do the day to day and worry about the stresses of payroll and all the extra bullshit. That's what we could
Yeah.
take care of, right? Yet
Right.
he's also looking to retire. And one thing you want to make these dudes understand and know is, okay, they're offering you 7 million and 60% goes to taxes. That's $2 million. And you think you could live on 2 million for the rest of your life? You know what I mean? So what we want to
Yeah.
structure is a 10-year node where they're getting money for the next 10 years, and they already got a lump sum in the beginning which they could save to invest. We're basically saving their ass, providing them a new life. And there's the other thing I want to make you clarify. create clarity in your mind is that it's not just the dollar amount you're offering them, it's the new life you're offering them. Now you've taken something off their
Mhm.
shoulders, which they've been carrying for X amount of years. You know what I mean? And that's what we
Right.
want to make these guys understand, that you're the good guy, that you're here to help them. Okay? So what
Yep.
I would pitch is find out, because I do three negotiations before I even talk numbers, dude. I do two, three. First, I got the intro call. Then I got the
Yep.
follow up call. Once I receive financials, I ask more fucking questions, take a look more in depth of the numbers. And then I got the third call, which is figuring out what he really needs, what's the structure for me to then finally send an offer. Because I used to one shot shoot the shit, just like you're about to do. Financials, send a, hey, we call for this because of this, take it or leave it. And it will not work. I'm telling you, if I give you numbers, it will not work. You want to first pitch a structure, then you could pitch the price. Okay?
Okay.
So what you want to figure out right now is how much does he need right now? How much? Is it 500? Is it a million? How much does he need right now? And if he doesn't need much, means he already has money, then you can offer him some pocket change and then hold on to that equity paid out over a series of years. So I got this structure. Let me pull it up. I spoke to a dude, and you can figure shit out when you actually start doing things. I spoke to his dude, and he's in the cardiovascular testing industry, some shit like that, right?
Right.
Essentially, the dude was saying your arteries, I think it's the artery shit, get clogged up with bullshit, right?
Mhm.
Because you eat a lot of shit. And he figured out that if you do the test in the artery of your neck, that's the main artery. You do the test there, you could and you find shit clogged up there, it's gonna be clogged out throughout your body due to a rate of which the heart pumps blood. You get what I mean? So you just do a test in the neck and then he could figure shit out. Now what the fucker told me is he is not a manager, he's an inventor. He's been with the business since '06 and it's yo, you hear me? Oh shit. Let me see.
Hey.
Yo, bro, you hear me?
Yeah, I lost you.
Yeah, no, my internet fucking crashed. Here, let me keep going so I could build the mental structure. Okay, so you understand how this works. So
Okay.
the dude was telling me he's an inventor. He's been stuck with the business since '06. He's looking to cash out. Okay. Now there's another thing. You don't tell them how you evaluate the company. You just tell them this what the bank said. Okay. Because I told fucker, he asked me, how how much would you offer? How you make your offer on, or some shit like that. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, it's based on a multiple of the earnings. It's like, and what multiple does this business go for? And I'm like, oh, about three, four. And you know what he said? He said, oh. He's like, I ain't getting shit then, because his business was got affected by COVID. But look,
Right.
this is what all these QLA fags don't understand, bro. Like Pena says, and he keeps saying it, you don't get rich off one transaction, you get rich over a series of transactions. What we need right
Yep.
now is essentially a license to operate. We got a license to operate. We could add whatever the fuck we want to it. All those asset purchases, that comes after you have a license. First thing while you're buying the company entity is because you need the license. You get what I mean? So
Okay.
I was thinking about that shit, and essentially I came up with this structure, which is, you know how people do a 80-20,
Yes.
60-40. I did it reverse, 20-80 and 40-60. Basically, the owner's needy, the business is good, but got really affected by COVID, and they know they won't get as much as they want. So the financial structuring is I offer you 20% or 40% down based on the current numbers. That's depending on how much you need, right? I'm going to
Okay.
help you. We're going to grow the company for the next 12 months, and then I'm going to liquidate the remainder to complete the 60%, either 40 or 20% after a 12-month period on those higher numbers. And then you're going to hold on to 40%, which is going to get paid out over a series of years. You get what I mean, dude? Essentially, I'm
Yeah.
helping you build the company for you to cash out a bigger number instead of me lowballing the fuck out of you and taking it. Because trust me, you won't be able to take it. These dudes will rather fucking wait or die than take a lowball offer. I've tried, dude. I've negotiated like fucking 40 deals and I've come close to a couple, and you start tweaking shit. So what I'd say the best way to pitch this fucker is essentially, John, let me ask you, how much do you need right now? How much you need cash? Cause I'm looking to help you with taxes. Fuck. Yo, my bad, my shit. I accidentally pressed the fucking space bar. Hear me? You want to understand? Hey, John, you hear me, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear you.
How much?
Kind of.
I
You
want to
sound like you're
understand.
far away.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah, a little better.
Okay, wait. Oh, I was using the wrong mic. How about now?
Yep. Much better.
Okay, so essentially, what you want to figure out is, hey, John, how much do you need right now? Because I'm looking to help you with the taxes. And as you know, the more you take up front, the less you get overall. The less you take up front, the more you get over time. And that is not including taxes. You understand that Biden is now coming into presidency and he's looking at a 60% capital gain tax, especially in California. So let me ask you this. How many years have you been involved with this company? Dude say, oh, 10, 20 years. And you think it's fair after 20 years of hard work, somebody comes and takes 60%, which was going to be your retirement money. You think is that fair? That's
Mm-hmm.
theft. It's not fair, right? Like, yeah, but what can
Right.
you do? Taxes, da da da, all that shit. You're like, nah, it's bullshit. We could help you out with the taxes. I want to help you out, John, with the taxes. You said you want to stay on this business. That means essentially we're now becoming partners, and we got to treat it as such. So we want something that is mutually beneficial, not only for you, but for me, and most importantly, for the company. We don't want to bleed the company out where it doesn't have enough cash flow to continue operations just because you wanted to take it all. You know what I mean? You want to make them understand, dude.
Right.
Remember, the business is their baby and they got an emotional tie to it. They're like, oh, yeah, 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 makes sense. So, what I have in mind is if you don't need much right now, John, what we could do is because if, look, if I were to offer you upfront the money, you'd be looking at walking away with $2 million, from which about a million would go into your pocket or 700,000. If we were to incorporate seller finance 60/40 over a 10-year period, you'd be walking away with about 2.6 million, which about 2.1 would go to your pocket. Way better. But honestly, after 20
Mm-hmm.
years of being involved in this business, do you think that's even enough? Private equity, I know they're offering you, you're looking for a 7 times multiple. That's about, let's say, $5 million, because net's about 600, or 7 million with 1 million EBITDA. Let's incorporate taxes, 40%. How much you're walking away with Biden's policy, 60%? How much are you really walking away with? Nothing. Hey, so want to be a part of this business? Look, John,
Mm-hmm.
what I could do for you is we could agree to 20% down, so you got some pocket change alongside salary because you're staying in the business. What I want to do is, what I
Right.
have in mind for this company is I want to build a one-stop shop where we're one provider and service, multiple, we have multiple services under one provider, essentially, right? We cover all bases.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That will give us a dominant edge, a dominant position in the marketplace where nobody could come and fuck with us. People would rather get multiple services from one entity they trust than going around to 10 different services. And as you know, the tech industry is very fragmented in the sense that there's so many providers, people don't even know who to go with now. You know what I mean? What we
Definitely.
want is customer
Definitely.
retention. And as you know, in regards to sell, the best sell is not the new customer, but the old customer. Getting the same guy to keep buying more. How do we do that? By offering more services. And just because of that, we're going to be able to create a higher valuation. Where you're looking at a 7 times, I'm going to tell you something. Companies, tech companies, especially one stop shop companies, if you take them to a stock market, hits around a 20 times multiple due to liquidity and the infrastructure we created. So, what do you rather take?
Yes.
7 times, which you're actually pocketing 2 times because of taxes, or 20 times? You know what I mean? So what we will
Mm-hmm.
structure is 20% down, and then I'd say 60% or 50%. If you want to hold on to 30%, 50% paid out over a series of years. I'd say until exit in the next 5 to 7 years. Let's run it at 7 years, where payments increase as the company grows. And not only that, I can offer you a portion of equity of every other company we merge onto this one. Essentially, we're going to use this company as a platform and add on to it. And you're going to be the one who's going to be in charge of it all. You know what I mean? With that equity
Yeah.
portion at the end, that 20-30%, you're liquidating at a way higher value. Would that be something of your interest, John? So you want them to agree on a structure first, because that means if you
Before
get
you
the
talk
fucker
numbers.
to
Yeah.
agree on the structure where he says, yeah, that sounds great. Fuck it, I don't need much. I only need, let's say, 500,000. Done. You got the business at 500K. You get what I mean? And the rest is seller
Yeah.
finance
No. Definitely.
contingent upon, after covering expenses, whatever's left, you can allocate a portion to a seller with equity at the end to liquidate at exit. You get what I mean? It's a fucking home run, dude. You just stole
Yeah.
that business basically. But
Yeah. Yeah.
you're creating that win-win in his mind, where you won by taking that shit for a fraction of the price, just 20% down. You know what I mean? You go
Right.
to a fucking bank
Uh,
and say, I need 500K, it's doing 650. They'll give you that shit. Hey, take it. You know what I mean? Just
yeah.
20%? Who the fuck are you? They've never seen deals like that. And 80% is seller
Yeah.
finance. You know what I mean, dude? And that seller finance is, no, actually 50% or 60% is seller finance, and the rest is equity he liquidates at exit. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
where
Definitely.
that 50% is paid out contingent upon the growth of the company, and you just pocketed a business like that.
No, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
You get what
Makes
I
a lot of
mean?
sense.
And in his mind, this
Mm-hmm.
is what he's looking at. I'm getting some pocket change right now. I'm also taking a salary position. I'm gonna get paid out for the next 7 years, and I'm gonna be able to liquidate a portion at a fucking 20 times multiple. What the fuck more do I want? Plus a portion of equity of every other company they merged to us, and they're gonna take my existing company to a next fucking level. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You just pitch them fucking. You just pitch them resurrection. You resurrected the old fuck now. Reincarnation. You know what I mean, dude?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is the perfect fucking structure. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work to put it on paper where you could pitch it and it makes sense, and he could grasp the idea and understand it in a simpler way. As soon as he fucking agrees to that, bro, you're done. You got the deal. You just fucked over private equity, anybody else, because they don't know how to pitch like that. They can't. It's
Right.
too much risk on their side due to investors. The higher
Right.
the seller finance, the fucking better it is, because that's less risk on the bank side, meaning a smaller LTV. You get what I mean? So you tell me who the fuck knows how to
So,
negotiate, dude. You're gonna fucking
so
knock
would
that
you
shit
do
out the
that
park.
too, like for the? Oh no, for sure. Well, and if you have a higher seller finance, it should be easier to get an overfinance from the bank because there's less risk put into it on their end. Correct?
You could take that shit like nothing, bro. You could take that shit like nothing. You just say, I need 500K working cap. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You
No,
don't have
that's
to worry
awesome.
about that shit. Because remember, at seller finance is contingent upon the performance of the business, and payments can increase as the company grows, so on and so forth. Uh, which essentially the dude is willing more to sacrifice because you tell the fucker we want to keep some money in the business in order to use to integrate other businesses. You know what I mean? We want pocket change that if we're able to get a deal, we could put the money down without an issue. You get what I mean, dude? Working capital. Remember,
Yeah.
you're pitching a dominant position in the marketplace. Risk exists right now. High taxes exist right now. Competitors exist. How do we mitigate it all? A one-stop shop.
Yes.
You get what I mean, dude?
Yeah. No,
But
totally. Well,
remember,
and that's
when you buy the 20%, you keep 100% of the cash flow because you got to pay for everything.
exactly.
You got that bitch. It's yours. You know, you could buy 1%. You still own every single fucking penny that comes, and the business goes through your hands before it goes to anybody else.
That's yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make sense?
I do.